There we go. Alright, you boys ready?
Give it up.
Always ready.
Alrighty, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. This is Geek Tavern Radio. I am Dax Hastings with
Josh Donaldson, Spoon, Mr. J, whatever you know me by.
Mike Bundy. Mike Bundy 316 on Twitter.
guys. How's it going? How's the week been?
Pretty good. Interesting.
Not bad.
It has been an interesting week, especially for gaming news, and I will say this past week has probably been a very good week in terms of gaming. I've actually had a lot of time to sit down and actually enjoy games, preferably every single morning since I got my new job, but I'm enjoying 2 titles right now. Before I go on with that, what have you guys been playing?
I've been pretty much just playing the Destiny 2 beta non-stop. I've played a lot of that.
Is it still going on right now, or no?
I believe so, for the next, 45 minutes.
Whoa, so you're telling me that I understand that they extended it from Sunday, because Sunday was when it was supposed to stop.
Yeah, it was supposed to end on Sunday, and they extended it to today, actually.
Oh, wow. Well, I've had a few interruptions, hence that's the reason why I haven't been playing it. But we are definitely going to be getting into Destiny 2. Mike, what have you been playing, man?
Well, you know the answer to that.
I do.
Splatoon 2, obviously. So good. Yeah, I can't put it down.
No, you couldn't, because, again, it's on the Switch, and, you can pretty much go anywhere with that. And, well, this is going to segue into the question. You say that you can't put it down, Mike. Are we talking you're going into the restroom with this game?
Well, no. Actually, I play it on TV. I don't even play in handheld.
No, I can't play in handheld. That's the one thing about the game, because, again, I'd be using the motion controls doing this while sitting on the John and taking a Cena. But, yeah, I've been playing Splatoon 2, and occasionally I've been playing a little bit of Castlevania. I'm still working on that for that DS title, Portrait of Ruin. And we have been actually together, including Shill, we've actually been playing Destiny 2. Let's go on with our impressions of that. Josh, lead us.
Oh, man. You want to know my impressions? It's like...
We'll be here for 3 days.
Yeah. Like,
that's why I brought 2 Yinglings with me right now.
Know all of my impressions, because we would probably be here for about 3 days.
Let's shorten it a little bit.
Yeah, we could try that. We'll try. We'll see what I can do here. The story, I thought, was, so much better than Destiny 1. It was, in Destiny 1, I personally got really into the story, and I went to the website, and, I read all the Grimoire cards and all that, and, I understood the story, even though there wasn't much of a story going on in the actual game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And, in the first one, there wasn't many. There was a few cutscenes here and there, and there was mostly just story missions where you would load in, you could hear somebody talking over your radio, you would run into somewhere, kill some things, get something, run back out, and that was that. Those were pretty much the story missions. And now it's I played that first story mission, and it was a whole new game almost. It was there was 4 or 5 different cutscenes just in that one story mission, and you fought with the people from the tower, and you actually there were NPCs in the story mission that weren't trying to kill you and different things like that. Stuff like that didn't happen in Destiny 1. And just the whole, I don't mean to cause any spoilers for anybody, but if you haven't played it by now, you probably should, because it's ending here in 45 minutes, and I'm about to say a spoiler. That scene where, at the very end, where Gary comes out, I don't think his name's actually Gary, it's Gaul, think.
We'll call him Gary.
Yeah,
We'll just call
I
him
like
Gall.
to call him Gary.
Gall.
Yeah, it's Gall. I like to call
Gary
him
Gall.
Basically, there's this one point where he just basically says like, your light is mine, and you look over at the Traveler, which is for those of you who don't know anything about Destiny, that's like the big giant robot thing in the sky that they're trying to catch, pretty much.
Kind of looks like a moon.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the moon, except half of it at the bottom is missing.
Yeah.
That's actually like a living robot. That's like a thing. It's like that's what created the ghosts that create the Guardians, pretty much. So they're taking the light that the Guardian, or that the Traveler empowers the Guardians with. So there's that scene where you just see the ghost say, "Guardian, something's wrong," and he falls to the ground, and your Guardian
so epic.
to pick him up, and then he ends up flying off the edge, and you have no idea where your ghost went, and then Gary ends up just pushing you off the edge anyways. Like, that's a really epic moment for hardcore Destiny fans, because like throughout the entire Destiny 1, since the very, very opening scene of Destiny 1, you're with that ghost, and then he just drops dead on the ground in front of you as you scramble to pick him up. Like, it was intense.
It was sick. It was a sick moment. Again, I'm absolutely new to the story, the franchise in itself, that being Destiny, but I must say that it was very climactic.
It was.
Would you say, Bundy?
Yeah, I have a terrible time following a story on anything, so, like, I literally just learned Cade's name, so.
Alright.
I'm, like, right with you, bud, because I can't retain information, but,
yeah. What are you trying to say?
Well, you're just completely new. I've actually played Destiny 1, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it was awesome. I got mad at the beta, but that's another story for in a couple minutes.
Yeah, if I may, just kind of from the perspective of someone that's pretty much absolutely new to this, I must say I definitely get that vibe, that feel of Halo in it, in terms of, I guess what gives it that feel especially is when you're actually being shot at and you have that armor, probably the, like jumping. I don't know, it feels very Halo-like, and again, I understand this is made by Bundy, of course, but it kind of like took me back. I won't say it. I won't say that it. I won't say that it's up to the degree or the level of Halo 2, because despite the fact of me, because I'll shit on Halo all day, except for Halo 2, which is by far the best. But I mean, it brought me back to that. It felt quite a bit like that, despite the guns being obviously different. But the game felt smooth. It was absolutely gorgeous. It took me a little while to get used to. I mean, do I think that the beta was bare bones? Of course, and again, it was just a beta, and I'm sure that they're going to, give us a lot of tools and a lot, put everything out on display for us, of course, whenever the full game comes out. But again, Josh, like you were saying, it has a story now, which in my eyes, Destiny, as I was told before, was very bare bones, and now it has meat on it, and I'm really glad, and I decided to keep my $15 on that title, and whenever that game's about to come out, I will indeed pay it in full, and I'll be bringing that home with me.
I just want to touch on a couple other things real quick before we move on to another topic.
Certainly. Certainly. Because here's the 3 days.
Yeah.
I hope everybody packed a lunch.
Exactly.
I got some gripes, so.
Yeah, or wherever you are, dinner or whatever.
Okay. The strike was, in my opinion, pretty sweet. I liked it a lot because I'm a raider. I've always loved the raids in Destiny, and they're like kind of complicated, and like there's a lot of jumping puzzles involved in them where you have to know where to jump at the right times and different things like that, and like they seem to almost kind of make the strikes more like the raids now. So I guess the way that I kind of looked at it was like, you know, it had awesome boss fight mechanics, it had the jump puzzles-ish, it was a lot of fun and a lot better than the strikes in Destiny 1. And if that's what the strikes are like, I can only imagine what the new raid is going to be like. It's going to be outrageous. It's going to be absolutely insane.
I completely forgot about all the different modes.
Yeah.
And then I guess the Crucible, I really liked the fact that at first I was a little upset by it, that everything recharges slower. Like your grenades recharge a lot slower than they did in Destiny 1. Your supers recharge a lot slower than they did in Destiny 1. They switched the guns around, so shotguns and snipers are no longer like a secondary weapon. They're actually down in like your heavy slot, which in my opinion is one of the greatest things they've ever done to Destiny, because in Destiny 1, when you're in the Crucible, all anybody ever freaking uses is they run up to you, they'll slide, and they'll shotgun, and that's it. Or they'll pick you off from across the map, and that's it. So they
they can kill people.
So they took those two weapons and put them down into the heavy slot to make it harder to get ammo for them, which I'm all about. I'm all about it. I think it's awesome.
Didn't they also make it, if you get an assist, it counts as a kill now?
Yeah, and that is also really freaking sweet.
That's awesome for me because I always got assists, and so I never got points. So.
You can always claim this, Bundy. If you become really good in Destiny, you can always say that I've never killed one man in Destiny 2, but rather I've assisted the kill.
They've also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm a pretty hard Crucible player. I'm a pretty hardcore Destiny player in general. Underneath the radar, on every map, they've actually named every section of the map now for you, so it makes it a lot easier to make call-outs to your team. Like, I need help at Rugs, I need help at Market, I need help like, it was one of the greatest things they've ever done to the Crucible. I love it. The new supers, I actually really liked all of them. They're freaking sweet. The Dawnblade, or not the Dawn, the Dawnblade for the Warlock was awesome. I had a lot of fun with it. I never actually played a Warlock in Destiny 1 at all. Yeah. I had like a level 20.
That's all I used.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a hunter.
See, I actually didn't get to take the time to play as the hunter. However, I started out with the Warlock. It was shaky, but I found that I enjoyed so far the Titan, and I guess I'm that kind of player where I like to play defense. Again, and the Titan makes you feel like that defensive abler between bringing up the shield. I would imagine his shield might be a little bit higher. I don't know if that's actually a mechanic in the game, or if everybody has the same health bar or anything. But it's just the different things, of course, that he can do. And again, I think they did an awesome job on separating the different characters or the different classes. Despite the fact that I haven't played as the hunter, I did in fact watch a lot of gameplay of the hunter. But I mean, the Titan, man, I really loved it. The alt, man, the ground and pound. It was one of the two. It was either that, or I think the other one was like creating like a dome, like a barrier. But just the bubble
one.
Yeah. But man, I enjoyed it. The Titan especially between the two of the Warlock and the Titan. I totally side with Titan, which I understand a lot of people actually didn't like the Titan from. I guess, I don't know, they felt like it was like...
Mike's shaking his head. Why?
I don't like Titan. I don't know.
You don't like... Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Have you played as the other two classes?
Yes.
And who do you enjoy the most?
Warlock. I like Hunter, though. A little bit.
I'm kind of like... I like the Hunter the best. I mained Hunter. Like, hardcore. Pretty much, that's all I ever really played with Hunter. But I always had a high-level Titan. Like, I leveled a Titan up because they are useful to have, like, if you're in a raid team, because there's certain situations where it's like you may need a bubble, and then, like, you don't have a Titan that's able to use bubble. So it's like, well, now what? So it's like, okay, I guess I'll switch over to my Titan for this part of the raid, and then I would switch over and use my bubble if I had to, or things like that.
If I may add something, I'm actually pleased. You guys will have to refresh my memory on what the mission or story, like the story mission was called, but I was very pleased with that story mission.
Yeah. It was
extensive. Homecoming, and it was actually like the duration of it was actually good.
Yeah. And that's just the first story mission.
I will say this, though. I'm really happy. The thing I'm really happy about this game is the fact that they've abled the communication system so well. Like you were saying, Josh, everything about, the game, like you being in an arena and the different zones having an actual name, but also, I mean, this game needs everybody's cooperation. It's definitely a team effort type of game. Yeah. Due to, of course, maybe it was that as well in Destiny 1. But man, facing that boss at the end of that story mission, Homecoming, me and Shill actually, just us two alone, we whooped that thing's ass, just two of us. But man, there was plenty of games where I was with, 2 or 3 other players, however many you can have max, 3 other players. And dude, we were getting our asses whooped. I don't necessarily know what me and Shill did. I think me and him just talked
on if you're playing with somebody who actually knows what they're doing, like Shill, or if you're playing with somebody who's just playing the beta to play the beta.
I think Shill carried us.
This is a good way to go into what my gripe was.
Okay.
I got in with 2 randoms my first time playing the Strike.
Okay.
One of them was missing in action for like 45 minutes.
I love it. I love that.
That made me quit playing the beta. I didn't touch it after that. I only played it for like 3 hours.
I do.
So I just quit.
I didn't know exactly why, but I do remember you texting our group message and saying that you just put the game down. You were so pissed about it. I was like, oh, geez, that bad, huh?
I'm done.
See, and I kind of got the impression that, oh man, you must not like this game.
Oh no, I love it, but I was like, nope, I'm not doing randoms.
Whoever that asshole is out there, we will hunt you down.
Yeah.
All right?
I will.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had such a bad experience with the game. A game that you know that you're going to love, but you just didn't have the time to enjoy it.
Nope. And then Splatoon came out, but...
Can we get into that since we're talking about sequels?
One more thing, real quick, before we move on to Splatoon. What did you guys think of the graphics?
What?
What did you think
of the
graphics?
For Destiny?
Yeah.
Oh, the graphics are absolutely gorgeous. The lighting, everything behind it, especially. I'm trying to think here. It's at the very beginning, before the whole cinematic trailer where Gull or whatever his name is kicks you off and your ghost dies and stuff. But there's a point where you're in like a dark area with a bunch of it looks like a bunch of old machinery and whatnot, and all there is like tarps and stuff, and then you see a ship like flying through, like it's like hollow where it is. I believe that's right in the very beginning before you do the homecoming.
Yeah.
Am I correct or am I wrong? But dude, like the oranges, the grays, and I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. Like I actually took the time to actually appreciate everything. Like, because if I've learned anything, especially after playing a game such as Breath of the Wild, after playing that gorgeous game, I've learned to appreciate and actually look into detail of some of these games.
Yeah.
And the game's gorgeous, man. Destiny 2 is absolutely gorgeous.
See, okay, this is a good segue to get into Splatoon. I've seen so many people complaining about how this is just Destiny 1 reskin. And it's like, what? No, it's not. But,
yeah.
I mean, like, at the same time, I kind of can see where people are coming from. Because it's like, if you didn't like the first Destiny, you're not going to like Destiny 2. But it's like, what more do you really expect from a sequel, honestly? Like, how exactly does one go about making a sequel to a game and it not have likeness in the game that it came before it? You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. And the reason that I wanted to mention that was because it's a good segue into Splatoon. Because I saw someone on Reddit actually make the argument that, well, if you hate Destiny 2 for that reason, then you can never play Splatoon 2, because essentially it's just Splatoon 1 reskinned with a few added features.
And I have a quote for easy, quick resolution to the person, whoever you may be, who made that following statement. Burn at the stake. I'm just kidding. You know, the renditions of games, or at least as simple as that may sound, that kind of topic where everybody thinks that, oh, it's just a rehash, it's just, it's just a rendition over something that is already there. The game, it's essentially the same game. I'll say this. As long as no game... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody out there. That was really weird. One of my dogs made a real weird sound. I guess they're excited too about Splatoon 2 and Destiny 2. However, yeah, exactly. They sure as hell have watched me play those games long enough. But I've always been one that has been against a lot of sequels out there, because essentially when it boils down to it, a lot of them are the same. A lot of them do feel like
the Madden syndrome.
The Madden syndrome, exactly. That's the point I was getting to. Awesome, Josh. Yeah, as long as it is never to the degree of the Madden syndrome, I'm absolutely happy. I think one thing that might help me, and again, which kind of could kind of separate me from other critics, is that I'm absolutely new to the franchise of Destiny 2. I'm actually new to Splatoon. But actually, both of those games, matter of fact, now that we're talking about this, both of them were missing a story in their first ones, in their predecessors. I didn't think of that.
That's very true.
Exactly.
And again, when you look at it, when you step back and you look away, you look at the game, I can see why everybody else is complaining and saying oh man, it just looks like it's the same game and whatnot. In terms of Destiny 2, if I must say so myself, Josh, you brought up a really good thing, and that's there are some different mechanics to it. People have complained about the shotgun kills, the baseball slide into shotgun kills. Bundy being one of the accumulative people that resulted in the hate of the Destiny game.
It happens.
Because of people like you, Bundy. But no. And then again, they made a third slot, where the ammo is limited to it and whatnot, which is, again, really cool. You get to finally carry an extra gun, but also you get to put some limitations on these two powerful guns. And then as for Splatoon, again, just like Destiny 2, it has gained a story mode.
And a lot more than I just feel like both of these games have gained a lot more than their their predecessor. You know what I mean? Both of them have improved so much that you can't even argue that they're the same game.
I know there was, whenever Splatoon 2 was actually revealed, which I believe it was revealed whenever the Nintendo Switch was revealed, a lot of people assumed that, oh, it looks like they're just porting the first one
Yeah.
to Nintendo Switch, because it looks a lot like that, and it definitely does, but man, I mean, from what I understand, between the first one and the second one, when it comes to Splatoon 2, there's definitely a lot more. There's definitely a lot more concrete material. The fact that, Bundy, you've played the first one. Josh, have you played the first Splatoon?
I actually have not. I've never played the first
one.
I've been informed by Chill that Splatoon 1 did have a story. It just wasn't challenging.
It actually had a story.
I guess so. I didn't know about it.
It's like, I've listened to other people review it, and they've never brought it up. And again, I haven't played it myself, so again, that's probably why I wouldn't know. Now, Bundy, in the previous one, you know, could you get different clothing?
Yeah.
In the last one. Now, did they have certain ability slots as well?
I believe so.
Did they?
It's been a long time, but yeah, I think everything's basically the same. Just you know, it has that was it the salmon whatever?
Yeah, the salmon run.
Salmon. English.
Pretty much.
It has that and that real in-depth, I think, story mode.
Yeah.
Which can kind of be hard a little bit from what I've experienced, but
I haven't even tried it yet, but
they've played a bunch of it, but yeah, I mean, there's more, you know, they ported it to Switch because not a lot of people had the Wii U, but it has so much newer stuff that they called it the second one, and I think it's totally fine.
Yeah. One thing that goes hand in hand with Splatoon 2 now is, of course, Nintendo's new voice chat system, and also their utilization with your smartphones. We'll go with good things and some fishy things about this. The good things, I think that's pretty cool that Nintendo has done with utilizing their new Nintendo app, is the fact that you can go on to your Nintendo app, pick the game that you were playing, for instance, Splatoon 2, and through that, you can see how many games you've won and lost in the previous 50. It kind of gives you all your stats and, you know, what you've been wearing and what, you know, how many experience points you need to get, you know, to your next level, or, you know, even your clothing levels up and can unlock different ability slots. But one thing that was pretty cool is the fact that I can go on there, look at a catalog of different clothing for my character, for my Squid Kid, and I can actually order it through my phone. And then when I go to a certain character in the game, over in the lobby, if you play the game and you are like, right once you are ported right to the lobby of the game where you see everybody in the community walking around, it's pretty much like northeast from there, right from the North Hub. And the guy sitting down, he's an urchin. It took me a long time to find that guy because you, Bundy, and Chill had to actually direct me straight to him. But I really think that's cool, the fact that you can be anywhere, check your phone like every hour, every 5 hours, whatever, see what's new on there, and, you know, hurry up and order it, go to that guy, and boom, it's there. I think that's really cool, and again, it kind of also anchors us, the players, to that game, because again, if we're so interested in seeing if there's going to be any new clothing out there that's going to be good for our characters, based on the number of slots and based on the number of abilities that it comes with, of course it's going to make us more addicted to the game. Now, one of the fishy things about the game, matter of fact, Bundy, I think you hit the nail on the head with this. I mean, what are some fishy things about the game?
What do you mean? Like, what do I not like?
I'm sorry, I'll get rid of the pun.
Okay.
Yes, what did you not like about the game? So far, what do you?
So far,
yeah.
Well, the biggest thing really is how you get in a game with your friends. There's been times where I join, let's say you, Bud, and it just I have to sit there for 3 minutes, and then you'll level up or something.
3 minutes. 3 hard minutes.
3 minutes.
I agree with you. I know for a lot of people,
honestly,
they're probably like 3 minutes. Like, that's nothing.
Honestly, 3 minutes is a long time when you're sitting there watching a countdown.
It is.
It's the worst thing ever.
It is.
But when you're playing the game, that 3 minutes it's boom, gone. But yeah, so we sit there and wait, and then let's say you level up, and you leave the game. I'm now stuck in that game.
Yep.
And if I hit home or something and leave the game, I get punished.
Mm-hmm.
I had to sit there and wait 2 minutes because I was banned from online.
2 minutes?
2 minutes on top of 3 minutes, probably.
I love it.
5 minutes.
Either way, that's kind of fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
I'm not laughing at you, Bundy. I'm laughing at us because, I mean, I'm bothered by it too. But it is kind of silly that, like, to us, 3 minutes and 2 minutes is very long for us. And I'm usually a patient guy.
I could have 2 minutes.
I could have splatted numerous people in those 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah. The one thing I don't... Okay, this is what I'm not enjoying about the game. Josh, I hope you can eventually pick up a copy soon, because, dude, the game is...
Oh, it's totally worth it.
I mean, I've played tests and everything, so I know what it's like.
And I have to tell you something. I'll tell you a small story right after I say this about my wife, what she thinks about this game. So, the thing I don't like about it is this. Is that, okay, Josh, say me and Bundy are playing a game, and we just get done. It shows and displays our results for us and everything, and then it asks us, after the results show, continue or exit. If we hit continue, we get placed right back into the lobby, and whether or not people jumped out or not, that is determined. So you might see some slots open, and then here, people enter and whatnot. And then it always displays to you what are the possible 2 arenas that you're going to be placed into. But during that time, which it's unlike any other game out there, you cannot pick your gun in that lobby. You cannot change.
Really?
You cannot change your gun, or any of your equipment. Which again, like, it's such a pain in the ass because it asks you. So say me and him are playing a game, and I mean, all in all, technically, there is no party system unless if I'm missing something. Am I correct, Bundy? At least from my experience, there's really no party system.
No, other than, I mean, obviously you can use the voice app to talk.
Yeah.
You have to go, there's a, okay, on the screen to pick a match, there's, it's just basically a random match, and then there's friends underneath. And if you go to friends, it'll tell you who's online and who has a joinable game. And you just click on the friend that you want to join, and you join in.
Really?
And that's it. Like, you can't party up. You can't party up and then go in.
Yeah, you can't party up and go in. And like I said, and then so say hypothetically, Bundy levels up, and he knows that whenever he leveled up, he was going to unlock a new gun. And he decides to exit, and I decide to continue right on to the next one.
And we're not talking.
Yeah, and we're not talking. Which me and Bundy and Shill have actually figured out the best way of Nintendo voice chat, and I'll just get to that. But right once he does that, it separates him good. And then he has to wait another 3 minutes.
Well, I mean,
2 minutes for me.
Well, if I'm still in the game, then it's okay.
Those minutes add up.
Yeah, exactly. And those are minutes that you will never get back, everybody.
Exactly.
But however, it's just really unfortunate that I can't go in there, like, while I'm waiting for the game startup, while I'm waiting for the 140 seconds at the lobby, or whenever, all the slots are filled, it sucks that I can't decide to grab a different weapon that I feel is going to be better at the strategy and utilizing it for my advantage on that course. If I decide that, it might be better that I use this, the sniper rifle, whatever they call it in that game, because of the different vantage points and whatnot. But here, I'm stuck here with my splat dualies. I can't do that. I have to back the whole way out of a game, go into the lobby, then change my gun, and then go in. And I'm hoping they can patch that. I hope they can fix that.
I mean, everything you've mentioned is pretty much patchable stuff. So.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, if I had to say anything else about the game, I honestly do not like the updates. I don't like which kind of goes in the story with my wife. So, whenever you start the game, I guess it depends on what time it is, how much time has actually passed, because eventually the maps update on each game mode, whether that's ranked, whether that's salmon run, whether that's just you playing a quick game, whatever it's called. But in the beginning, they have these two characters, these two squid girls who they're on some type of show, but it interrupts your gameplay, and they have to update you on the different arenas in these different modes and whatnot. And it's like, why? Why do I have to be interrupted? Because that crap, those are the 2 minutes that bother the hell out of me. And again, I have nothing against like Japanese pop culture or anything like that, because definitely this game has a lot of it in it, and it's really cool. I'm sure. Now we're going to have some people out there that are going to say that these squids are racist. Shout out to our episode from about 3 or 4 years. Mario is racist, but no, and it's cool and everything. But I can't stand these two characters and how quirky they are and how interruptive it is. I just want to get in and play the game. I want to get in and paint the Mona Lisa. So let me do it. Let me do it.
Okay, so my way around it. Let me kind of blow your mind with this. When I turn my system off, I put it in sleep mode. I don't exit the game.
Okay.
So, like, I literally start it up, and it'll be like, the maps have changed, and I'll just go back to the lobby. It won't even show me the video.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm going to take a minute and shout out people in the live chat, because I'm following that. I don't know if anybody else is.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
So, we had Squeeze earlier here. And I don't know if he counts, but our partner in crime here, Shell. And Mr. Broke Bastard.
Is Squeeze on there?
Yeah, Squeeze is
He was. He was.
Squeeze.
I don't know if he still is.
And Broke Bastard.
Yeah. Shout out to all those guys for being with us in the our live videos here. Live ramblings.
So I'm going to hurry up and I'm going to tell that story so we can move on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Turn the page away from Splatoon 2. So 2 days ago, I'm there and I wake up real early in the morning. My wife is still sleeping. I make a pot of coffee. No, not Folgers or Maxwell House, because that crap sucks. So I'm enjoying my chock full of nuts. Yeah, that's right. Chock full of nuts. Anyhow, I'm enjoying this coffee. I'm taking my sip on it. And I'm there and I'm playing this game. My wife comes down. Decide to pause the game. We make a nice breakfast together. She's like, "Oh, you made coffee." "Oh, I did, dear." After all said and done, she decides to sit down on the recliner, and I decide to go back to my game because it is downpouring and there's nothing that we can absolutely do, and I have to work at 1:30, later in that afternoon. So I'm playing this game. She's on her phone, and then she decides to take a pause, take a deep breath, and go, "Why? Is this all you're gonna do?" And I go, what do you mean? She goes, well, I just feel like you've been playing this every day. And at that time, and I could be wrong about my days, but I know this was only the second day that this game has been out. And I go, I've been playing this like less than a day, and it's downpouring, and didn't you say you had something to do? You know, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, this game is so childish. I couldn't believe she said it.
Damn.
Oh man, and it hurt me. It hurt me so bad. I love the lady. Again, my wife. And I thought it was a good story. I mean, the way I see it, especially, I'm glad I brought this up because I know a lot of people out there feel about like this game this way. Because of its quirkiness, its Japanese quirkiness, and because of its texture, its style, its art style, it definitely gives you the impression that this solely is a, like it looks like a kid game, but it obviously isn't necessarily that at all, because this actually appeals to a lot of pro gamers out there as well. I think it's one that has been manufactured and has been implemented into the correct placement, and that placement being a game that can be enjoyed by anyone at any age. And again, it's a different take on a shooter, where instead the main objective is not to kill somebody, but actually to paint them. Okay, I want to be an artist. Let me paint, babe.
My OCD kicks in so hard when somebody like skips a little corner. And
I did the same thing in the test.
Oh my god, it's terrible. Dude. I have a funny little story if I can share one too.
We're never going to get off of Splatoon 2.
No, we're not.
I hope everybody out there keep your freaking bathroom close to you. Pack yourself a lunch, a dinner, a breakfast.
Take us with you to the bathroom on your cell phone.
Eat your Keurig, because you are not moving anywhere.
So I was sitting there, and my mom and my girlfriend were sitting there watching me, or just sitting there. And so I'm in the lobby, the town square, whatever you call it. And I don't know, my ADD kicked in, so I was being the squid. Mm-hmm. And I was just flopping up and down just through the the square. Huh?
Okay. Through what?
And so my mom just looks up, she's like, what the hell is the point of this game? I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you're just flopping around the town. And I'm like,
oh, I see what you mean. So you mean in the I'm sorry. So you mean in the lobby?
Yeah.
Of the very game where you're just in this plaza and it's concrete. You can't swim or anything. You can't swim. So you just turn yourself into it and just keep jumping.
I just kept jumping. So she thought that was the game, and I'm like, that's not the game. She's like, this is the stupidest game I've ever seen.
Yes, mother. The point of the game is, as a squid, just to flop up and down.
Yeah.
This game. I spent $60.
Get the water.
I spent $60 on this. I hope you know. Oh man, but yeah, Splatoon 2. It is really enjoyable. Matter of fact, I'm going to play a little bit tonight whenever the wife decides to go to bed. Yeah. So, Josh, what do we got next?
Oh. Well, what all have we covered so far? Destiny 2, Splatoon. That's all we've really covered so far, haven't it?
Yep.
It is.
Well, I was actually scrolling through Instagram the other day, and I saw a picture. It was during Comic-Con, so it must have been released at Comic-Con, I'm guessing, by Lego. Lego released a picture of the Lego Justice League, and it was like a poster. I'll actually pull it up here on the stream so everybody can see what I'm talking about. It wasn't just like a set. It looks like a poster for something.
I haven't seen this yet.
You can clearly see all the members of the Justice League that are going to be in the movie here, even including Superman. Now, I know Lego is releasing sets to go along with the movie, like they always do for just about every movie ever. Mm-hmm. So it could have just been a poster for that. They may have just been probably showing their things at Comic-Con, like their upcoming sets. But there's always a possibility of them making a Lego Justice League game, which would be freaking sweet, because Lego Batman 3 was amazing.
I love Lego games in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
them.
definitely.
I love every single one of them.
Oh yeah, that poster just popped up on my end. Sorry to interrupt. That's awesome. Go ahead.
It looks cool.
I would definitely think that this definitely it's going to be a video game, only because they have the Justice League movie coming out. I'll see them making the Lego version of the movie.
No,
so
exactly. So if anything, they'll make a game, because they made they made Lego the Avengers that went through all the Marvel movies.
I've yet to play through that one, actually.
Yeah, me too. I actually haven't played that one. Moving along.
I own it, but I haven't played it.
Another thing that happened at Comic-Con.
I don't own it, actually. We're not there yet. We're not getting there just yet.
Really?
Yeah, not just yet. 1 second.
We're gonna talk Legos for 3 more days.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice shirt, Bundy. Hey, can I say something?
Just kidding.
Can I say something? Nice shirt, Bundy. Show that sucker off.
Oh, nice.
Now, explain to the viewers who is this? What does that say?
It says DGR, and that is my good friend Dave over at DGR on YouTube and YouTube Gaming, and yeah, he's awesome. Check him out.
He is awesome. He's a guy who's in full support of us, and we are absolutely in full support of him. So if you would like to take the time, of course, hold your horses. Keep the horses in the barn. All right. Wait till this is over, and if you want to, go over, check him out over at DGR. Yeah.
What else we got? Dying Light. The 3-year-old zombie survival game recently announced 10 download packs that they're going to be releasing for free in the next year, which is freaking awesome, because I love
that. That is crazy. I thought that game was dead.
No, dude, it actually still has a really, 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 really large fan base. They still get like millions of players every week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I still have a copy of it, so I'm kind of glad I did not sell it.
Yeah.
I think the last DLC I played for it was whenever there was vehicles. I don't know if that was the only one that was made for it, but they made like vehicles for it, I guess. Did you play it for that? Yeah, the following. Game is fun. At least like its first rendition, like its first version, including with the DLC, of course. I mean, really, what more can they add to this? I mean, display areas.
From what I read, there's going to be new areas, new enemies, new weapons, new vehicles, just like all coming within the next year.
See, and I'm happy to hear that there's actually new enemies, because, I mean, new areas isn't going to necessarily cut it alone. It's not going to cut itself alone. And then the fact that there's new weapons, that's pretty cool. I could see myself maybe picking that up, or, you know, putting that copy back into my PS4.
Yep. Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Marvel Powers United is coming out for virtual reality on the Oculus Rift. It was just revealed the other day. It's like a on the rails first person Marvel game. I don't really know how to put it, but the only characters I've actually seen revealed for sure yet were Deadpool, Hulk, Rocket Raccoon, and
Doctor Strange, maybe?
No.
Because I can see him being utilized in that game. I mean, I don't necessarily know if like there's mechanics behind the way you
Captain Marvel. That was the other
use your hands and stuff, but I could really see it being pretty cool with Doctor Strange. That's if they decide to put him in as one of the playable characters, like waving your hands a certain way to cast a spell to throw it at an enemy or something. That's pretty cool.
Even like the Hulk gameplay looked pretty sweet. It showed like you could like pick up people and like chuck them at things and stuff like that.
Oh wow,
that's awesome.
It looked pretty cool. And then the Deadpool also, like, Deadpool's gameplay looked like a lot of fun too. You just have like his pistols and just like go ham on everything pretty much. It looks pretty cool. Of course. But I mean, it looks cool. It looks. I mean, I don't have an Oculus Rift, or I'd probably get it.
Me neither.
Me either.
I could see somebody, in particular in the stream here, being Iron Man, and shooting some stuff with his whatever they are.
Sipping on Bacardi and getting all the babes.
I mean, he's probably not even there. He's probably controlling the suit from somewhere else. But
yeah, certainly. Of course. I'll say this. I've only played a little bit of virtual reality. I
played any.
No. I have a Best Buy that's close to here, and my wife, matter of fact, works at that particular Best Buy, so I kind of I don't get to skip line, but I know whenever the PlayStation rep is going to be there with a virtual console, and probably twice she has notified me. I drove up there and I tried out some virtual reality on the PS4. I'm still not the biggest fan of virtual reality. I'm really not.
It still needs a lot of work.
It does. I mean, there are some. It seems more so especially for the Oculus. It seems like that's where some of the best games are at for virtual reality. And until I actually try an Oculus Rift, I won't know otherwise. But I still not in the virtual console. Besides virtual console from Nintendo, of course, which is of course missing from our Nintendo Switches. Nintendo, get on that right now.
Yeah, where you at, Nintendo?
So, I guess...
Sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsors. I'll do some real quick news before we move on to the other big topic.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I don't know if you guys heard of the Pokemon Fest that went up for Pokemon Go. I guess it glitched out, and there's like thousands of people demanding refunds for the money they spent on the game.
Wow.
For another time. So, there's that.
Wait, so people did pay money for this event?
Well, yeah, you can buy Pokeballs
you can buy,
and
like, Pokeballs
different things.
Different things like that. So people were like, it glitched out the whole time and I wasted all my money buying all these Pokeballs, so you better just give it back.
Is there any amount? Did they speak of any like possible amount that people are demanding back?
Oh my god, you can spend...
It just depends how much you spent.
Yeah. You can... I think there's a $99 one where you can get like... like 900 Pokeballs or something.
I'm sure there will be some updated story where somebody will have all the data and analytics and be able to tell us how much money exactly these people are asking for.
When the game first came out, I ran into this person and he was like, "You guys play?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Is there any way to get this to work? I've spent over $400 on this stuff."
What?
I'm like, "You spent $400? It was like the first couple weeks it was out." And I'm like,
"What's the price of his phone?"
Yeah, I was like, "That's your fault, man. I don't know. I don't know how you get it to work or whatever."
I spent $400.
It's crazy.
I mean, man, when Pokemon Go first came out, I'll say this: Pokemon Go, I believe,
according to Squeeze in the comments here, it was actually $20 a ticket to get into the Pokemon Fest.
Wow.
So that's why people are demanding refunds. So they spent $20 a ticket and bought a shit ton of Pokeballs and shit and everything, and it glitched out the entire event.
And this is why it's not installed on my phone.
Exactly.
Holy crap. Take away the cost of the Pokeballs, the $20 alone, and then thinking, how many people have that app? And then
that actually makes a lot of sense.
As long as they put that money towards the Pokemon RPG that we're getting on Switch, I'm okay with
it.
Squeeze says the cell phone networks couldn't handle the bandwidth, and they kept crashing. So that's why it kept glitching out, because the networks in that general area were so overloaded with people trying to play Pokemon Go that it literally crashed the network.
I'm not afraid to make enemies. So with that said, it's you, the consumer. The people
This is
decide to take $20 out of their pocket, out of their electronic pocket, punch your freaking credit card numbers right into that cellular device and lose those $20. That's your fault.
Yeah.
For all you
I don't have that game installed
accumulating together.
anymore. And guess what? I didn't have that problem.
Yeah, I didn't spend $20.
I sat back and played Splatoon 2. Judge me.
I used that $20 and bought a third of Splatoon 2.
There you go.
So, continuing on real quick.
Just to say,
what?
I'm not a hater against any type of person, any type of thing.
Yes, you are.
That including Pokemon Go players. Matter of fact, I think that is a very good thing. It's a fun game. It actually utilizes the person themselves, makes them exercise. I think it's awesome.
They just need to work on the bugs. Okay, so I guess Telltale, the people behind the Walking Dead series and Batman and The Wolf Among Us and games like that, they've announced a new season of Batman, a new season of The Walking Dead, and a new season of The Wolf Among Us. So that's pretty sweet, because I love Telltale games.
My favorite was the Back to the Future.
Yeah, those are good.
If you've never played that one, play that one.
Yeah, those ones are really
I didn't
good.
even know it existed.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I've never lived.
You haven't lived. If you're a fan of those movies, it actually takes place after the third movie. So.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Titanfall 2 announced a 4-player co-op storyline that they're going to be releasing as a DLC. So that's pretty cool. I like Titanfall. It was a lot of fun, actually.
That game has dropped in price so fast.
Yeah, it
It's
did.
unfortunate.
I don't own it, but
you should pick it up.
I want to get it.
It was a really good game.
Everything that sequels, everybody that was in the Titanfall, they bought it, but yet they had complaints against it because whether it'd be story or anything else, they made so many requests, the fans did, and this developer gave it to them in the second one, and then here the number of people like supporting the game dropped off like flies. Even though, a lot of people agreed the second one was definitely better than the first one. I don't know, I guess you could say that there's just too much, based on the time that it was released, there was just too many other different games coming out. I don't necessarily know what other games came out around that time, but however, that probably affected it a lot, but it's unfortunate. It sucks. That's like a game like Evolve, and even Battleborn. Yes, I'm a Battleborn fan. What of it? But man, like some of these
games, that game for $5.
I know, man. It just sucks to see any community in any game.
Free on PlayStation now. Battleborn.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. They're that desperate.
Yeah, Broke Bastard also reminded me. I totally forgot they even made that. 7 Days to Die was made by Telltale as well, and that game was freaking awesome. I love that game.
I own that.
You own that? Do you have it on PS4?
I don't have it on PS4.
Damn you, Mike! I have no one to play with.
Xbox. I don't even like Xbox.
Sell it.
Oh, I thought about it.
So
if my brother didn't have one, I would probably.
Yeah. There's some good games on it. So
2 more tiny news before we get to the other big topic here.
Yeah, because we'll have to hurry. But yeah, go on.
Dragon's Dogma: Dark Arisen. It was originally on PS3, I believe. It's being remastered and released on PlayStation 4 and Xbox. It looks kind of cool. It's more like a fantasy type of game. It's like an RPG, I think. I'm not sure if it's online or what. I don't know exactly, but I watched the trailer and it looked pretty cool. And Mike actually shared something earlier about The Sims. You want to tell him about that, Mike?
I suppose I could. I kind of, skimmed over reading it. I don't know. But long story short, they're talking about bringing The Sims 4, I guess specifically to Xbox first, but eventually, to console. And it figures because we recently purchased that on computer, and that's how my life goes.
Yeah. Not hating against Sims, but I think I played like Sims 2, and that was the last one I played, and I enjoyed it and all.
I used to play them all the time.
Why play Sims when you can play Grand Theft Auto 5?
Well, that's true.
True. That is very
That's true. You can kill people in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Murder people and stuff. So
you can commit murder,
steal cars,
adultery,
rob stores.
You
can go to the strip club.
Oh, the strip club. It's awesome.
You can't do that in Sims? I'm sure you can do that in Sims. I guess you just kind of have to use your imagination.
Well, it's blurred out. It's not blurred out. It's not blurred out on GTA 5. Yeah, you can get yelled at by the
reasons why Grand Theft Auto 5 is the better Sims game. You can get yelled at by the police.
Well, no, you can get yelled at by the security at the strip club for touching the dancers.
You can become his most wanted.
Yeah, I've done that a few times, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Brokebest, you should add me. Spoon366 on PlayStation. We'll play 7 Days to Die. Me, you, and Squeeze. Sorry, I'm answering the comment section. Broke Bastard said he has 7 Days to Die on PlayStation 4. And yes. You should add me, and we'll play.
I should probably buy that.
You probably should. Squeeze has it too.
Yes, okay. See the Splatoon. I'm gonna be so busy with the mature game. Splatoon 2.
Yeah, okay.
Rated M.
Rated M for maybe.
Yeah, they didn't go anywhere. I was trying to think of something clever.
Let's hurry up and get to the big news
of
the day.
Let's talk about this last thing that we want to talk about here. So,
go ahead, Josh.
I don't know if everybody here in the streams watched it or not, but recently at Comic-Con...
If not, you're gonna
you're about to, because I'm
going to you're about to, yes.
Yes.
You're about to live.
You are about to live. Check out, before we talk about it, just check out the trailer for this movie.
Yeah, just watch it.
Freaking sweet. Here we go. Figures. Freaking like freeze up.
I'm assuming all the people that were, accumulating on the Pokemon Go and causing the bandwidth to drop have all now made their way to YouTube. Okay, never mind.
In 2045, there's nowhere left to go. Nowhere except the Oasis.
Start us off with some commentary.
Well, it's Warner Bros. Pictures. I don't want to ruin the trailer for everybody else watching.
Okay, alright. We'll do that another time.
Yeah.
I was born in 2025. But I wish I'd grown up in the 1980s.
So cool.
Like all my heroes.
It is.
I live here in Columbus, Ohio. In 2045, it's still ranked the fastest growing city on Earth. But
I'm trying to shout out some of the random things that are in the trailer.
They called our generation the missing millions. Missing not because we went anywhere. There's nowhere left to go.
Good old Tom Sawyer.
Except the Oasis. It's the only place that feels like I mean anything. A world where the limits of reality are your own imagination.
That quote kind of means a lot to me, because that's half the reason I play video games.
Mm-hmm. This is based on a book, right?
I I think there's the those were from Joust. There's Duke Nukem, Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah.
Lara Croft from Tomb Raider.
Izzy from Gears of War, right beside her.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly where. Right here.
Oh, I love good old Tom Sawyer.
Damn right.
Some Rush.
This movie looks so badass. You'll notice a Sega and an Atari logo on this motorcycle. Most of these are all pointed out by IGN, so don't let me take credit for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. The movie is going to be outrageous.
And when's that come out?
It just says 2018. That's all.
Oh, that's so long.
Yeah.
Come on, Hollywood.
That's all it really said. But
I'm here. Am I here?
Josh, are you there?
yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
So,
There,
I can see you, but I can't see Bundy.
there.
Can
Are
you
we
hear
still
me?
alive?
We're good. Yeah, we're still alive.
Where's
You
the
guys can hear
panic
me?
mode?
Don't you worry. You guys calm down.
The trailer looks fantastic. Definitely a big, huge plus. It pointing out everything in pop culture, especially associated with like video games. You were speaking how IGN pointed out all the different characters. Josh, I mean, Deathstroke, Harley Quinn are seen at the beginning whenever
I
it
just
goes
went
into
and named
that.
off the ones related to video games, but there
Yeah.
are so many other ones in
There's
that
so many.
trailer.
Dude, Christine, yeah, I want to see if it's actually going to be it or if they're going to point it out, but supposedly the car that's right next to Lara Croft and Izzy from Gears of War is the Christine car from the fictional stories made by Stephen King. Christine,
Oh, really?
the possessed red car. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's been confirmed.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I just hope that like somewhere in it they kind of like, you know, it's driving itself. You know, that'd be awesome. So cool.
The book, apparently, there's still things that people haven't discovered, like pop culture references, and yeah, there's still things that people haven't found.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know when the book came out, but
I'm gonna pick myself up a coffee. A coffee? I meant
a coffee.
But that too.
Yeah.
Oh man, guys. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be fantastic, and I'm one. Any type, like kind of like Tron. I mean, Tron, you could say was probably the most successful type of game movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until the new Jumanji.
Shut up, Mike.
So,
That was a joke.
yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, I was like,
I love the cast. I love the cast. But
Yeah, the cast is
another
good.
story.
Just the whole
Yes.
concept of the movie's kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
certainly. I completely forgot that they were basing that around a video game. It being a video.
Yeah.
Completely forgot that.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about that. Go on.
No, certainly not. Let's hurry up and get to Josh. I hope you have your hotkeys ready, buddy, because right now we're about to get into what are you playing, what are you selling.
What? That's not even how you say it. Where are you?
Talking about. Oh, I'm sorry. Well,
We're live. We're
What
live.
are you buying?
We're live.
What are you selling?
You gonna hit those hotkeys, Josh?
What do you mean?
Because we're about to, do that segment.
Yeah, I just hit him.
I didn't hear it.
What are you
I didn't
buying?
hear it, but
What are you
I'm sure it
selling?
probably popped up.
I don't know. That's weird.
Huh.
Good technical difficulties.
Yep,
Whatever.
technical difficulty. Who watched
Anyhow.
that episode? I don't understand.
Yeah. Bundy, we'll start with you. What are you buying, selling, my man?
Well, buying is obviously Splatoon 2. Just if you own a Switch and you don't own that game, Josh, go buy that.
Yeah, I need to. Really bad.
It's so fun, man.
Selling. Let me think here. I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the remastered, last night, and I did good. But boy, I just don't care about Call of Duty anymore.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm selling Call of Duty, even though I'll probably buy the new one.
Josh?
I'm probably going to be buying the new Uncharted game here pretty soon. That's coming out here real soon.
That's the best franchise ever made.
Damn right, I love Uncharted. They're so good.
Bold statement.
That is a bold statement, but he might not be wrong.
Yeah.
When it comes to Uncharted, I have lived, guys.
Exactly.
You have lived.
I have most certainly lived. I've played each one of them at least 3 times.
Yeah, I want to go through all of them, like, again.
Yeah. Selling. There hasn't really been many games that came out that I would sell.
Was disappointing.
Yeah. Maybe. The Dragon's Dogma game. It doesn't it's just a PS3 game remastered on PS4, so it's like it's not even like they remastered a PS1 game. It was like a PS3 game, so it already had decent graphics.
I know what you should be selling is the Crash Bandicoot 1 out of the trilogy.
Wow.
I think it's so hard.
Is it?
I have not advanced any like forever.
Dude, for me, again, if you are a fan of the Castlevania series, you want to pick up a good, awesome version of it, one that complements the whole franchise in itself. Currently, I'm playing.
See, everyone in the chat said they heard it, so you guys are just crazy.
Okay.
It played twice because of you guys.
I'm a drummer, so I'm pretty deaf. So.
And whether you believe me or not, I don't give a damn. But I did not hear it. Adjourned. Anyhow, Splatoon 2, fantastic time. I'm loving it, despite the ridicule coming from my lovely wife. It's just fantastic. Matter of fact, I'll probably go play it after this. Hopefully I'm going to get something set up so I can start streaming it. As for selling, man, I guess, if anything, this is more of a pointer to everybody who owns a 3DS already. I would go out and possibly sell your 3DS, because the new 2DS is coming out, the 2DS XL, and man, that thing looks absolutely gorgeous.
It's so beautiful.
But it doesn't have 3D.
I know.
Yeah. Just...
I don't use 3D on my 3DS. Do you?
Yeah, I do it for like the movie clips and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. This just in. Somebody else has not lived yet.
Oh.
I see that
Call
in the comments.
Broke has not lived. He has only played up to Uncharted 2. He never finished Uncharted 2. Get on that.
Yeah, you need to work on that.
Broke, before we sign off here, I'm going to tell you something right now, mister. Your mother, your father, your father's cousins, uncles, brother's former roommate,
Twice removed,
and his mother are disappointed in you. Because you, sir, have not lived. Because let it be known to you and everybody else out there that if you have not played Uncharted 3 nor 4, well, you, sir, you are as good as being nothing.
Whoa.
I take that back. One of our valuable, please, I take it back. You're one of our valuable listeners, one of our valuable watchers, and we appreciate it. Guys, it was awesome. I'm looking forward to next week. I mean, where can they find you guys at? Because I know where I can find you.
You know where you
Are you sure about that?
But I don't know if everybody else knows where they can find you.
Bundy?
Well, they can find me On Facebook, just search Mike Bundy. Most of you probably already have me. Mike Bundy 316 on the tweeters, whatever you call them.
Tweeties.
Oh, Instagram is Mike Bundy 316 as well. I never post pictures of myself, so whatever. That's about it.
Spoon, Josh.
You can find me on Twitch at Spoon366 or under the Geek Tavern Twitch, Geek Tavern Productions. Normally I handle most of the Geek Tavern, like Facebook and Twitter and all that, so you can find us on there.
I post
Twitter
things too.
At Geek Tavern Radio. Yeah, Mike's on there. Shill's on there all the time posting things. Make sure you follow them. I got my own personal Twitter. It's Mr_J Games with a Z at the end, I believe. I have an Instagram that I do reviews and different things on as well.
Do you have pictures of yourself?
I think I might have one on there. Possibly.
Alright, you can follow me on Twitter at Dax Hastings, and again, you can follow us on Geek Tavern Radio at Geek Tavern Productions, correct?
Yes.
Yes, correct. And another thing too, please, everybody who's viewing or anybody that's going to listen to this through our audio, strictly just audio, please, if you can, go out, reach out, spread out our name. If you too are a lover and supporter of video games, you appreciate the art of it, you appreciate the games, you just appreciate having a controller in your hand, please spread the word. Tell us, tell your friends about us, tell your mom, tell your fathers, uncles, brothers, dads, twice removed, anybody's, just put out our name, please, and, because we're looking to create, not just create, but also drive a community who has a passion for gaming. But also, if you have any questions or concerns, or you'd like to email us, because here at Geek Tavern Radio, we want to be in more communication with you guys. We want to read what you guys are thinking. If you have any questions, please email us at geektavernproductions@gmail.com. Through there, again, we can answer any of your guys' questions, and matter of fact, read them here on the podcast. Guys, it was another great one.
Damn,
you guys are looking better than ever. You guys are looking so youthful. Don't ever lose that. Anyways, everybody,